As a company grows, some of its structures change. Some of the structures that may change may be the leadership of this company. And by this leadership, I mean maybe the director or the director shareholder. Maybe you need to remove or add a new director. In this video today, we are going to see how are you able to remove a director from your company using the eCitizen portal. So I urge you to continue subscribing to our channel, to continue sharing, so that we can continue learning more about the companies, about KRA, business management, and also financial management skills. So for you to be able to remove a director, number one, they need to have a resignation letter of which they have already signed. Number two, they need to sign an affidavit such that they have consented through a lawyer that they are going to be removed as a director. Number three, we need to have minutes or a resolution indicating that the company board of directors sat down and saw it good maybe to release the said person of his or her duties. And number four, what we need to do is we have the eCitizen account ready so that we use it to do the above. So log into your eCitizen account. On your company, click View. On View, click Maintain a Company at top here. Then click on Directors / Shareholders. Then at the top here, you see a part written Change of Particulars. So click on Change of Particulars, then Change of Officials. So once you click on the change of officials, all the people who are at this company here will be able to appear, and hence now you can be able to see maybe whether the person is a shareholder or a director shareholder. So if you want to remove a director shareholder here, you'll click on the part written resignation, the one in red at the end there. You see, as I have said, you'll be required to attach an affidavit. So number one, the resignation date, when do these people cease to hold the office? Number two, you attach the affidavit which they have consented that they will no longer be director of the said company. And just to make sure you attach that. So anything that is attached here should be a PDF. Then we have a resignation letter. They have to write a resignation letter. And in this resignation letter, make sure they have already signed. So here it is. Then you save. Then down there, you see that the person who we want to remove as a director shareholder or as a director appears down here. Then you can see the question here: do the changes involve any transfer of shares? So what you know about companies, if a person is a director, he or she does not own shares. If you are removing a person from being a director but remains as a shareholder, there will be no change in the shares. But if the person is resigning fully from the company, even being a shareholder, then at this point there will be change in shareholders. So here is the difference between the two. If I say yes, that maybe this person is fully exiting from the company, it needs the person must transfer his or her shares to another person. So that's why we need to attach a transfer deed, which is franked by the Ministry of Lands. So this is basically the share transfer form. It has to be franked by the Ministry of Lands, and you have paid all the relevant taxes. That's what we'll attach here. So if the changes, you are just removing him or is a director shareholder to remain a shareholder, or is only a director who doesn't have shares, then these changes will not involve the transfer of shares. So we say no, then we click on Save and Continue. So once we click Save and Continue, there are two forms that we are supposed to download from here and make sure that these forms are filled and signed. And one is CR9 form, that is the cessation of office of directors. That means this person will no longer appear in the list of directors. Then we have CR19, that is notice of special or ordinary resolution required by the company. So I said you need a resolution whereby you want to say that you have sat down as the board of directors and you have decided that this person will no longer hold office. Number three, what we are required to have here is you upload the most recent annual returns. Most of the companies have not been doing annual returns. So just make sure for your company you do annual returns. Annual returns are just not the KRA ones, but this one now is an information to the registrar of companies telling him or her if there have been any changes, especially on the parts of directors or shareholders in terms of the residential address or physical address that have changed. And as I said, you also need minutes. You upload the minutes that when you sat down as the board of directors and you made an agreement. As you can see from these four documents here, the CR19, a resolution is optional. This is because the resolution, it's not a must you have the resolution. If at all, you're able to sit down as the board of directors and write minutes. So if you download, for example, the ones which are compulsory, like the CR9 form here, you see part of the details that will be filled, and it will be required to be signed by the main director of that company to accept that decision. Then you'll be able to attach that form here. After it is duly filled and duly signed, CR19, I have said it's optional. You need to have to do the annual returns. In our next video, we'll be able to explain how do you do annual returns for your company, which should happen after every 1 year. So we attach the annual returns there. Then, of course, we need minutes, of which they are typed and scanned. You attach the minutes, and at least 70% of the board of directors must have signed these minutes. So it should not only be signed by one director and then you say you have done minutes. We need at least 70% of the board of directors to have signed these minutes. Once you have provided the documents, then you save and continue. So you check whether everything is okay, and once you are sure everything is okay, you check that you confirm. Then lastly, you're able to make payments, maybe through M-Pesa or through any other method, and you'll be able to complete this process. To note, the outgoing director will be sent an email to the email that they used when they were registering when you are registering the company, you are required to provide the email. This is the email that will be used to make any communication to this director so that he or she consents that they will be withdrawing as directors from the company. So make sure any email that provided is active because the communication will be sent there. If they cannot be able to receive the communication through the email, they have to take the affidavit to the registrar of companies physically so that this process is effected. So once you make the payments, we say this is administration, and any administration application, the e-citizen or the registrar of companies gives you about 1 month for it to be able to be effective. So this is the process that you can use if you want to remove any director from your company, if there is any resignation. Later on, we'll be coming with a video to show you how to be able to now appoint a new director. How do you appoint a secretary? How do you remove a secretary? And how do you do the annual returns? So keep it here at home at Smart Investment Consultants International. We are going to learn together. We are going to enjoy doing these things over our phones or even over our laptop. So I hope you have subscribed, you have liked, you have shared to someone so that they also benefit and we grow together as a family. Till I see you in the next video, just keep it here at home.